5 minutes in, you can see a gnome's balls in this show.
And that pretty much sums it up. Go watch The Legend of Vox Machina. Thank you.
That won't pay the bills. Welcome everyone, this is Glance Value, where we get to act all pretentious and high and mighty about popular media. We seriously get off on that shit. And I accidentally started a mini-series where I review stuff that has a huge passionate fandom, but I know nothing about, so that's perfect. Highest chance to offend and seem ignorant, while also generating these kind of clickbait thumbnails that even I don't like. No, but for real, what I'm trying to do here is try to tell you how something is while removing your bias from it and see if it still sticks. Mind you, this cannot be a full review as only the first 3 episodes are out. So if you want me to do a deep dive and, you know, actually review all of the episodes, all of the acts as they come along, please let me know in the comments. If there's interest, I'm gonna do it. But for now, this is part 1. First impressions, tone, how it uses the source material, and how it translates to an animated series. So let's see. Okay, so here's a quick rundown of the context of the show. If you don't know, Critical Role is the single most ambitious Dungeons & Dragons project in the world. In Dungeon Master Matt Mercer's words, Critical Role is a bunch of nerdy-ass voice actors sitting around and playing Dungeons & Dragons. It's that simple. But it's like nothing you've ever seen before. Started in 2012 off camera and just for the entertainment of the few people involved, it is now enjoyed by millions of people, live streamed and with incredible production value, live events and an entire media enterprise built around it. We'll talk more about the impact of Critical Role in a later video. In 2019, the team started a Kickstarter campaign for an animated show about their first campaign, titled The Legend of Vox Machina. The people who made this possible, Critical Role fans, are commonly referred to as critters, and they are probably the most awesome, passionate community that I've ever seen in my life. Which makes my job here very difficult, as I would not consider myself a critter. As much as I absolutely adore the show, I've only seen like a fifth of the second campaign they ran. I'm not in the loop about the memes, the lingo, the inside jokes, or anything of the sorts, and I'm definitely not in the know about Campaign 1's plot. But hey, that's what makes this video interesting, hopefully.
Vox Machina, we fuck shit up.
Well, holy shit guys, I haven't been this excited about a series in forever. It's just such a great fucking time. Okay, so I will actually not really go into the plot yet, just some scenes here and there for this first video. I thought we should instead lay the groundwork and see what Vox Machina's identity is, and what sets it apart from other fantasy shows like it. But first, let's take a quick look at the characters, and my first impressions. Vex. A bit on the less interesting side for me in the first 3 episodes, but personally for my taste, she's the best acted. It's a bit more of a subtle role, but that's exactly what makes it so difficult to voice, and I think Laura Bailey is my favorite of the CR crew. So, bias? Percy. Incredibly cool. He has a gun, man. He's just awesome, and quite an intriguing backstory as well. Pike. The rock of the group, a walking life boy. She allows all the fun to happen, but I wish she got a bit more of the spotlight. Regardless, great voice acting. But that kind of goes for everyone, come on. They're all excellent, that's kind of the point, right? Vex. Sexy, dangerous, mysterious, and the Gilmore scene was one of the most amusing things in these 3 episodes for me. Caliph. Point of relation for everyone with anxiety. Very competent, just needs a little push. I couldn't relate. Rog. Childlike in thinking and thus delivers some of the more infantile humor, but I don't mind. He's way too lovable and awesome. Actually comes in second for me as a favorite. Behind? Yeah, how can Scanlan not be my favorite? The hilarious songs alone just propel him to the top, and he's so charming, confident, and cunning. I said cunning, you dirty bastards. Radiant personality, always up to no good, but has a good heart. I just want more of him, even though he definitely steals the spotlight for now. Comment below and let me know who your favorite character is on Critical Role as well as on the animated show. So I promised to talk about the show's identity, and let's explore that a bit. Well, first of all, it's an adult show. There's swearing, sex, blood, and I actually don't consider these inherently valuable, but it just really shows why crowdfunding and the fan support is so important for something like this. Streaming services can obviously get away with more than TV does, but still, this is on another level. And not because it's so sexual or brutal that nothing matches it. There's plenty of adult shows out there, it's kind of the thing nowadays. But what sets Vox Machina apart is that the show is so comfortable with it that it's just non-stop and so much fun. This also ties into the next thing. The balance between serious and fun is so perfect. I'd say it's about 25% serious and has some darker moments, but the remaining 75% is so light and funny and creative. The pacing is A+, not a single moment is dull or slow, and the sense of wonder and adventure is literally constant. Also, there's no limits on creativity. We don't know the world's limitations, and this is a great thing. There are definitely elements in it that would break conventional fantasy worlds, like a bard switching to hip-hop between verses or someone just having a gun while everyone else is fighting with swords. It's always fresh and surprising. And look, here's my take on this show and what makes it so special and unlike anything else. If you've ever tried DnD, sitting around the table, you know how the dungeon master is trying to tell you a story and provide you with a sandbox to play around in. The Legend of Vox Machina is literally this. It's a very interesting fusion between an improvised story and a planned out overarching plot, just like in D&D. In this way, it feels like it's not just an adaptation of a story, but an adaptation of an entire genre. Things happening feel organic in a totally different way here. Let me give you an example. In other series, jokes are sometimes so out of place, like characters stopping to drop one-liners in the middle of battle. We'll talk more about this trope in another video, I think. But here it makes so much sense, because hey, what are your friends doing when you try to seriously DM? They make their own fun, in the way they want to. One of your players is a rogue and decides to try and find out what's happening in the villain's chambers while the rest of the party distracts them. Voila! A parallel scene structure emerges. Your bard just wants to bang the barkeep's daughter and misses the entire fight. That's cool. We don't need every hero in every scene. It feels like the characters are just there to try and carve their way through the thick world that is populated around them. In episode 3, how many shows would think it's imperative to have all the characters in the fight at the end of the episode? And how fucking fun was it that Scanlan literally just missed the entire thing and in the meantime provided an awesome song and a nice change of pace in the middle of the fight. The creators worked around this improvised format so fucking well. I know some of these rules emerge from D&D naturally, and you may think this is very normal for a web series, but I don't think it is. The entire fabric of The Legend of Vox Machina radiates fun, and not giving a damn about what is supposed to happen. Just like in D&D and in Critical Role, the characters truly define their own paths here. And it's so lovely to see, and I think it's nothing short of an innovation. I will elaborate on this in a later video, probably at the full season review, but the way nerd culture is starting to influence mainstream, not just here but in general, is fascinating. Episode 46 comes Friday on Amazon, but if you still need something to watch, check out Arcane or Dota Dragon's Blood, and I also have videos on those. I'd love to hear what you think in comparison. So yeah, I could talk about so much more about how the show subverts expectations of fantasy lovers, how crowdfunding and studio backing intertwined create this very healthy environment for a show to thrive in, how nerdy animated shows are taking over in the next decade apparently, or even the cultural impact of Critical Role. So I don't know, if you want to hear about any of that or something else, let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to hear it. And you know, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell if you don't want to miss those. Next video is coming soon, so see you there. If you like this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up or subscribing. And thank you to my top patrons and Berkey for being in the behind the scenes tier. Thank you guys.